Hello YouTube, this is Keith from Keith's Aquariums. Today I'm going to talk to you about the cichlid tank, specifically this cichlid tank. Primarily have Mbuna cichlids in here. They are aggressive species. The Mbuna are the most aggressive of the cichlid species. Typically you can only keep Mbuna with Mbuna types, with a few exceptions, and I have some of those exceptions here. Some of the few fish I have is this blue guy right here. He's called a cobalt blue. Got the red zebra, which is orange, but go figure, I don't know, it's called a red zebra. I got some non-Mbuna species in here as well. I got a OB peacock, this really awesome dude right here. Typically, if you want to put a peacock in with an Mbuna species, there's a lot of debate and controversy about it on whether you can or can't. A lot of people do it, but I only have this one in here, and it's an OB peacock, and apparently those are the more aggressive types of peacocks that can be put in with Mbuna species, and it's working well for me. He never gets beat up. Matter of fact, he does a little whooping himself. So. And then I have a couple other non-Mbuna type cichlids in here, and those are the Tropheus mori. They're the more brown fish here. I don't know if you can see those there. Cool thing about those is they have this sharp, blunted nose, which is really cool. And mine are brown. I've seen some on the internet before that were bright colors, all different kinds of colors. The other cool thing about this tank is you'll see all the little smaller, I call them adolescent cichlids in there. They're the yellow ones. And the mother of all those is right here. You might not be able to tell, separate those from the mother. But those were bred in this tank. I took them out, put them in a little tank, and they grew out for a little while. And they finally just got big enough to be put back in here not too long ago, and they're doing fine. I've loaded up with rocks. The tank has become less aggressive now that I've put those in here, and you know, a large, higher volume of fish in the tank, more numbers. It's better for your tank. Speaking of that, is talking about aggression. In a tank, a lot of times that's what keeps people from wanting to have cichlids, is the aggression. And so one thing, or there's multiple things you can do to reduce aggression in your tank. One thing, like I talked about, is overstocking. This tank wasn't overstocked until I put all of these little fry in here, these adolescent fry. And another thing you can do is plenty of rocks, provide hiding spaces. That's more like their natural habitat, the real rocky area. Another thing you can do is have one male per 2 to 3 females. I didn't have that. I probably don't even have that right now. I'm not sure, but every now and then I do have a fish that I wake up and I come in here and they got a dead fish, and with no sign of that happening before. You know, the day before they were doing fine. Next thing you know, dead fish, and it's just something you're gonna have to deal with whenever you start getting cichlids. That's why I don't buy any expensive fish or anything like that. As you can see, you don't have to buy an expensive fish to have nice looking fish. A couple things to think about when overstocking to reduce aggression is extra filtration. I have 2 hang-on back filters in here, and it's working good. Haven't ventured out into the you know, the external pumps and you know, canister filters and things like that. What I feed my fish is a New Life Spectrum. That's pretty much the best stuff you can get right there. It's New Life Spectrum. Got the blue lid. They make it for all different kinds of fish, for cichlid formulas. This one here is not specifically cichlid formula because I feed it to my other freshwater tank and my cichlids here too, but it says it's good for all kinds of fish. And it's got that little A+ on there. That's supposed to supposed to have garlic in it or something, right? It's supposed to be good for their health. So a couple other things to talk about is plants with cichlids. You see here I got the old plastic plants, and I'm not a big fan of those. I know they look cheesy, but you know, it is what it is. It looks good to me, so, and that's all I have to impress, and now I guess you. So, typically the plants, good plants for cichlid tanks is they'll tear a plant up. Java fern, Anubias, I'm sure there's some other ones out there, but those are the two that I know of that are good for cichlids because they're real tough leaves. They don't like the taste of them. And another reason I don't have plants in this tank is the lighting. It's a whole nother ball game when you start putting plants in, and the lights and the timers and fertilizers and all this stuff. And I got one of those going, and that's a big enough project for me. I have a cichlid tank here too. So a couple other things. Cichlids like high pH. So good thing is all the lime rock that helps keep your pH high. I have a lot of crushed coral mixed in with just regular gravel in here, but crushed coral and lime rock keeps the pH up around to 8, somewhere in there. And I do about a water change about every 10 days to 2 weeks. So yeah, that's my cichlid tank. I'm really proud of it. I just redid it, and probably not going to get any more cichlids at this point because I have all these little fry that I put in here. And anyways, I appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.